federal government reaffirms commitment to providing stable and affordable electricity to drive economic growth and national development. Professor of Health Education calls for intensified effort to improve health literacy for enhanced productivity and healthy lifestyle. A pleasant good evening to you and welcome to the 7 p.m. news coming to you from your heritage station. I am Fatima Hassan. Thank you for joining us today. Minister of Power Joseph Tedbe has met with heads of agencies under the ministry as part of efforts to strengthen collaboration towards accelerating reforms to Nigeria's electricity sector. The minister noted that addressing the challenges facing the nation's electricity industry requires collective effort, innovation and accountability from all institutions under the ministry. He emphasized that stronger institutional collaboration is critical to driving ongoing sector reforms, expanding access to electricity, improving grid reliability, and attracting much-needed investment into power generation, transmission and distribution infrastructure. Tedbe reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to providing stable and affordable electricity as a foundation for economic growth, industrial development, and improved quality of life for Nigerians. In the meantime, there are indications that numerous challenges confronting the power sector can be overcome as reflected at the ongoing Summit on Power Sector and Expenditure from 2007 to 2024 in Lagos. Stakeholders and panel of discussants identified areas of concern before the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee on Power, which convened the summit. National Assembly correspondent Mohammed Rabiu Ali has the details.
The inputs of critical stakeholders of what was in place prior to privatization and investment to national grid prompted members of the committee to engage them in clarifying gray areas.
When I listen to the regulators, what I hear is that everything is going very well. The question becomes, if they've all done their job the way they've been speaking, how come Nigerians don't have electricity?
Before the privatization of these assets, it was about 50%. But as I can tell you today, the ATC&C losses is about 34. It was reduced drastically. And this is the basic.
At the point of privatization, the BPE benchmark how much the DISCOs, TCN, and others should put in place, should put down in terms of investment. And the question is, how much has the DISCOs particularly invested after the payment of the acquisition capital?
Other issues raised were lack of strict compliance and enforcement of penalties from Electricity Act, synergy between regulators and operators, as well as other players in the sector.
Our problems are the DISCOs. They do not have the proper funding to operate in this industry. Maybe apart from 1 or 2 DISCOs. Every other DISCO is epileptic financially.
This is a question that goes to TCN and NERC and even DISCOs. What is the problem with that metering issue? The leakages has not been addressed.
Most of the presentations made by the key stakeholders have proven otherwise. They have obsolete evacuation gadgets and so many challenges. Some of their projects date back to 2010 and are still ongoing. So many issues, and you were unable to address some of the interventions.
For Nigeria to get the required and sustainable power supply, experts say generation must be adequate, and by so doing, the electricity will be affordable to consumers. From Lagos, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
The Director General of the Code of Conduct Bureau, Dr. Abdullahi Usman Bello, has warned public officers against soliciting or accepting any form of benefit in the course of carrying out their official duties, as such actions are punishable under the law. This was at the monthly lunchtime reform seminar organized by the Bureau of Public Service Reforms, an initiative aimed at repositioning the public service for effective service delivery. Ekene Undele report.
But right now, we have seized a hotel belonging to a public officer Once a future or a public officer, he has a hotel, he's running his hotel. Why be a public officer?
For many in attendance, this session was a crucial awakening to the weight of responsibility that comes with holding public office. The chairman, Code of Conduct Bureau, also reaffirmed that asset declaration is not optional, noting that false declarations could lead to prosecution.
We can decide to invite you at any time to declare assets. It doesn't have to be after 4 years. If you decide that, for example, now we are receiving intelligence of people that they have been acquiring wealth all over the places, you can decide to call you and say you should declare asset. And if you cannot explain that, you can take you to court and forfeit that property.
The Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, Dr. Dasuki Arabi, noted that the monthly lunchtime reform seminar provides strategic platform to reinforce accountability and transparency among officers entrusted with managing public resources.
The public service remains the engine room of government. Consequently, integrity, professionalism, and ethical behavior of public servants are critical determinants of the quality of governance and national development.
Participants were encouraged to go beyond knowing the rules by embodying the principles of honesty and professionalism in their daily conduct. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulue, NTA News.
Leadership crisis in political parties is a major distraction ahead of the 2027 general election, as names of candidates from parties' primaries will be uploaded June 26. INEC Chairman Professor Josh Amupiton expressed this concern at a meeting with political parties in Abuja. Mayor Okite report.
10 days to Ekiti governorship election, 66 days to Osun, and 7 months to the 2027 general election. And the temperature of the nation's politics is moderate. Some of the big names in the political parties are here. No campaign, no personality attack, but a shared goal: how the elections will be fair and violence-free. The INEC boss, Joash, just arrived. Time for business. More than 1 million voters expected at the Ekiti June 20th governorship election. INEC says all is set.
We remain committed to the simultaneous opening of all the 2,445 polling units across the 16 local government areas of Ekiti State at 8:30 a.m. on election day.
I urge, therefore, all these political actors across the country to embrace issue-based campaign and reject all forms of violence, intimidation, hate speech, and political extremism.
Major court cases have earned INEC headline slots recently in the media space. Prominent among was the issue of guidelines. This is not a stumbling block, INEC assures.
The Commission has filed appeals against the decisions. That notwithstanding the pending appeals, the Commission remains firmly committed to conducting the 2027 general election in strict compliance with the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and all lawful judicial pronouncements.
Many political parties are breathing on legal oxygen due to leadership tussle. Please, this is distraction. Try and resolve such issues, the INEC chairman pleaded, as official access code to upload candidates for the 2027 general election is slated for June 26, 2026. Mayor Ogede, NTA News.
We'll be back shortly after the break. Please stay with us. Thanks for joining us. Health educators and other relevant agencies in the country have been urged to intensify efforts at improving health literacy to boost productivity, economic growth, and quality of life. A professor of health education in the Department of Human Kinetics and Human Health, Olabisi Onabanjo Agwewoye, Professor Olufemi Olukayode Kalesonwo, made the call while delivering the 128th inaugural lecture of the institution. Anthony Gardino reports that the professor described health education as not a luxury but a national necessity. The report.
Recognizing that the health of a nation is the wealth of the nation, a professor of health education in the Department of Human Kinetics and Health Education, Professor Olufemi Olukayode Kalesonwo, focused his inaugural lecture on preventive health care and healthy lifestyle practices. Expatiating on the theme of the lecture, Health Education, Knowledge and Practice, Pathways to a Healthy Lifestyle, the professor attributed the rising cases of preventive diseases among Nigerians to unhealthy lifestyles, dietary habits, lack of regular exercise, and insufficient water intake.
Recommendation that everybody should desire to be health educated, and government should strengthen that decision by making facilities available and affordable for people to use. If you desire healthy lifestyle, you will like to become health educated. And the combination of health educated person is knowledge plus practice. If you are knowledgeable and you don't practice, you're only health informed.
Professor Kalesonwo noted that health education remains a path to healthy living and stressed the need for access to health information, action, motivation, and active individual participation in promoting well-being.
Our business is prevention is better and cheaper than cure, and we don't want to spend much on healthcare expenses, and that is the rationale behind it. And to create this awareness for people that if you know that you can do some things on your own and it's going to reduce the cost of healthcare, you will be willing to do it, especially with the situation in Nigeria now.
The Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Ayodeji Agbola, alongside other academics, noted that the provision of quality healthcare services, strengthening health education in schools on the part of the government, and individuals' readiness to adopt healthy lifestyle practices are essential to sustaining good health.
I'm not sure that in this part of the world we should be having things like cholera, ravaging again, or all those communicable diseases. But it's because people will not live a healthy life. If we live a healthy life, I don't think we should have that kind of diseases. So
for you to have healthy living, there must be that positive attitude to education, health education, so that ultimately it will bring about a change in lifestyle that will culminate into healthy living.
The scholars therefore charged health educators across the country to sustain awareness campaigns on the use of drugs and enhance health literacy among young people. From Agoiwe, Anthony Gandonu, NTA News.
The stigma and misconceptions surrounding menstruation among women and girls remain a global concern, highlighting the need for greater awareness and support to ensure healthy menstrual hygiene practices. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the 2026 World Menstrual Health and Hygiene Day, the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs is leading advocacy efforts under the theme Together for a Period-Friendly World. Ngozi Technical has the details.
Research shows that 1 in 5 Nigerian girls misses school during her menstrual period due to a lack of access to sanitary products, inadequate menstrual management, and the absence of hygienic facilities, particularly in schools. As alarming as this situation is, an estimated 69% of Nigerian women and girls resort to unhygienic alternatives during menstruation. This, coupled with interruptions to girls' education during her menstrual cycles, underscores the need for sustained awareness campaigns and the provision of affordable and sustainable menstrual hygiene products.
We remain committed to creating safe, inclusive, and supportive learning environments where girls can strive without barriers.
It's essential to educate boys on periods. It teaches them about empathy, it helps them know when to support,
The Minister of Women Affairs, represented by the Director Child Development, alongside development partners, educated students on healthy menstrual hygiene practices and the importance of maintaining proper menstrual health.
Continue to strengthen menstrual health education, expand access to affordable hygiene products, improve wash facilities in schools, and deepen advocacy to ensure that menstrual dignity is fully integrated into our education and public health system.
And today I learned that we should be able to take care of ourselves when we are on our period, and we should not be ashamed of it.
Yeah, I learned how to use our sanitary pad.
With sustained awareness initiatives such as these, women and girls can break the silence surrounding menstruation and prioritize menstrual health and hygiene across Nigeria. Ngozi Technico, Nta News.
That'll be all for tonight on our English news. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.